Lisa.
I'm so sorry. I was talking to Lisa prior. We were talking about doing some bingo afterwards instead of door prizes, but I got outvoted for that, so
And
we
she
are
forgot
going
to tell
to
me.
do door prizes, and
They're
I
doing
forgot
door
to announce
prizes,
that
but we're
to
just not
her.
going to do the bingo.
Yeah, but you will be getting some prizes.
That's what we
So,
told everybody. You had to be here to listen to them to do the bingo.
Yeah.
But they're just going to pull the door prizes. So.
yes, we're going to have door prizes afterwards.
Do you want to get tickets out, or do you want?
No, we're going to go by their numbers. Yeah,
Oh, on
by
the list.
numbers on the
Okay.
list.
You gotta make sure, and y'all.
I went around and asked, did we have some?
Yeah, we had some more come in. Let me get their names
Okay.
and stuff on there.
Okay. We are Facebook Live, and I wanted to let y'all know that. And we are from Senior Care Alliance. We are a group of senior caregivers of different organizations that we are going to talk to you about some information. But we have a speaker today on physical therapy, and he's going to talk to you about the signs and symptoms of when you may need that physical therapy. Okay? And if y'all, this is Mike Simmons. He's
Good
from
morning.
Access Home Health.
How are you today? I'm Mike. I'm with Access Home Health, and no, I'm not a physical therapist. So we'll make sure everybody understands that. Pardon?
You have to stand right here so I can get you on.
Right here?
See where you're at?
Oh, okay. I see it now. Yes. Okay. So what is physical therapy? Okay, that can range wide range. We can do occupational therapy, speech therapy, physical therapy, depending on what's going on with you in that. We are part of Access Home Health, and what we do is we send physical therapists out to your home. Our services are covered 100% by Medicare and Advantage plans, so there's no cost to y'all when we get involved. So what are some of the symptoms or reasoning behind wanting to do physical therapy? The main thing is to be vertical, up and moving, okay? We want everybody to be as mobile as they can be. Our goal is to help you age safely in your residence, okay? Keep you going. So when you get up in the middle of the night, how do you ambulate or get to the bathroom? How do you, when you walk into the facility, are you hanging on to things, okay? Are you, when you walk down the hallway, do you grab the wall, or you balance, okay? Your body can tell you when your senses need extra assistance, okay? We have what's called the motosensory system, okay? This tells you when you step on hard floor, your brain knows that this is a hard floor. But when you transition over to carpet, it should also tell you that it's a softer floor, and your equilibrium will compromise for that change, okay? Sometimes those get out of whack. What you have sometimes is a crystal in your ear that may float up into the otoconio, okay? So if you sleep wrong, you wake up and you're a little dizzy, a little lightheaded, you're not really sure about your balance. Sometimes this can be a crystal that floats up into the little ear, a little spiral up there called the otoconio. And what happens is you have these millions of little hairs up there floating around, and these little crystals interfere with that flow, that water, that fluid, that ambient fluid. So what happens is that your head turns this way, but your brain thinks it's actually turning this way because that crystal's interfering with that. Our therapists can work with you on that vertigo. They can do what's called a Hall pipe maneuver, and they can actually get that crystal back down so that you're not dizzy or don't experience that vertigo. We also work on balance training, strength training for the legs, for the hands. I gave everybody a little stress ball, but really what we'd love for you to do is take that ball every day, work that hand in there on each side, and that will build up your grip so that you're able to hold on better when you get in and out of the car, or when you're trying to hold on to your walker or your assisted device. So, kind of open it up to questions. I know I kind of threw a lot out at you in a short period of time, but if you have some questions, maybe we could answer them. So.
This crystal, has anything to do with sense of direction?
It does.
My sense of direction.
Well, we may have to implant a GPS system there, my wife is very good at telling me where to go, so you know it happens.
Mine is too.
Yeah. Yeah, she told me 47 years ago, just sit down, shut up, do what you're told, you'll have a happy marriage, and so far she's been right. Yeah. You're, and I know I'm joking. We a lot of times when we're looking straight ahead and when we move our head, we don't always, the brain doesn't always center that on your balance. So sometimes you have to work with those a little bit stronger, but it's usually in the vestibular issue. It's not really a strengthening in the muscle, but it's more vestibular when you lose your balance like that. And a lot of times there's medicines that interfere with your balance and can make you dizzy. The therapist can go through those medications and look and see what those side effects are for you. So. Any other questions, thoughts, concerns? Fears? Okay. Well, I thank you very much. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'll gladly answer any questions that you have. Like I say, our services are covered 100% by your Medicare and your Medicare Advantage programs. So, thank you.
How about your access home health?
Access?
Yeah.
Well, when we talk about therapy, but access in itself provides skilled nursing, speech therapy. We have a program called Active Minds that is for the dementia, early onset dementia. This is done through our therapy program. We have occupational therapy, so if you have individual daily activities that you're struggling with, occupational therapy can assist in that. And again, all of these services through Access are covered through your Medicare.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, I'm not only with Senior Care Alliance, I also work at Van Buren Legacy Heights and Memory Lane in Van Buren. And what we are is an independent living facility. It's a group of seniors that live in a family community. It's like a hotel atmosphere. It's come and go as you please, but we do spoil you by cooking 3 meals a day, laundry, and housekeeping. So if anybody's interested in something like that, that's what I provide, or my facility provides. And then we also have a memory care, 3 units in our facility, and they're secured units. So if you know of anybody or a loved one that needs any kind of extra care for memory care assisted living, we provide that also. So my number is 479-262-6466. Thank y'all.
Do you have something with your number on it?
Yes.
Have you get it to you?
It's in there.
Yes, I'm Jessica. I work for the Blossoms. We do rehab and long-term care. We have a facility in Fort Smith as well as in Van Buren. Our Fort Smith facility does have secured units for men and women separately for behaviors if you have loved ones that need that. Our Van Buren facility also has a secured dementia unit. And the Van Buren facility also accepts VA benefits. My number is 479-650-3203.
You'll have all those numbers in that green bag, I think, don't they?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm Crystal. Y'all probably recognize me, the crazy drum lady on Mondays. I'm with the Center on Aging in Fort Smith, and we provide many free exercise and education programs for 14 counties in Arkansas. We also have one-on-one coaching. We have caregiver classes, and I have a pamphlet that I can leave with Lisa, and you can check it out. So anyway, my number is 479-478-8635. Thank you.
What's the name of it again?
The Center on Aging, West Central Center on Aging. It's a mouthful. I'll get you a pamphlet.
Hi, I'm Louise, and I volunteer for the Alzheimer's Association. I am a nurse, but I'm a retired nurse, sort of, and I am a program coordinator for Senior Care Alliance. So, have y'all ever heard of Senior Care Alliance? That's where we're all from. Have you heard about that before? Oh, yeah, some of you have and some haven't. Senior Care Alliance is just an organization of professional and non-professional people that have come together, and we're all doing this as a volunteer because we all have our own jobs, all full-time jobs to do as well. But what we want to do, our goal is to help educate and provide advocacy and resource information for seniors. So that's our purpose and why we're coming here today. It's a real unique group, and I have to tell you, personally, I love it because we are all somewhat competitors out there in the field of healthcare, but we've come together for the purpose of taking care of people and helping you gain information. So the bags that you have today are filled with a variety of marketing kinds of information from members of Senior Care Alliance. And what we want to do is give you a name, a phone number, and maybe what happens in that organization. Because healthcare, quite frankly, is kind of hard to navigate, isn't it, in this area. And the flyer is in your bag. My phone number is in there, so you're welcome to call me if you know someone that's a caregiver, someone with dementia. That's a big job. No matter whether they are at home, that person, that loved one that you have that has that disease, or if they're in a facility somewhere, that applies to you. So call me if I can help you in any way.
It's hard to back that up, Louise. Gotta go after that one
She's
now.
got a question.
What's the difference between Alzheimer's and
Dementia.
Okay, good question. That's a good question. People ask that a lot. Alzheimer's is a type of dementia. Dementia is the big umbrella, and there's all kinds of dementia diagnoses under that. So Alzheimer's is one of them. You hear mostly about Alzheimer's because it's the one that's most frequent, and it's the longest living diagnosis. Sometimes people have vascular dementia. Symptoms are kind of the same. It's just a different type of dementia. What causes it? Does it matter what causes it? Maybe, but probably not. But if you're taking care of someone with dementia, early stage all the way to late stages, it's a big job. It's a big job. And caregivers need support, and that's what we want to do, is provide that.
How do you know when they start in either one of these? Alzheimer's, dementia?
How do you know if they have dementia?
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
It just,
I can
it's
tell you,
sometimes-
everybody I talk to says, in hindsight, we seen that a couple years ago, but we didn't know what it was. You know, when we love someone, we kind of protect them a little bit. Spouses do that very well. So if you finish each other's sentences, you know what they're talking about, even though they're not saying the right words. You know what they're talking about. So you just reason that out. You know, maybe they're a little stressed, maybe they're hungry, you know, they don't feel good today, so, you know, they're okay. But then you find out later, when they have that dementia diagnosis comes to them, you're like, oh my goodness, I can see these symptoms from a long time ago. So that's typically what families say.
Don't they have a test or something to determine what
Yeah.
stage you go at or whatever?
Yes, there are tests that can be done. Families usually know it long before those tests ever occur. Yeah, yeah.
Does it have anything to do with memory? I mean, can you pinpoint, like with memory, they used to have a good memory, but now they're kind of feeding themselves and every 65. Is that not something that you start getting?
Well, I can tell you, sometimes I have terrible memory problems. Do you forget things that you didn't, used to? You didn't forget that? It's not just about a memory problem. And that's why it's so hard to diagnose this sometimes, because you have to look at the big picture. It's more than a 5 or 10 minute doctor conversation. You know, if you go to the doctor, your blood pressure is high, the doctor gives you medicine, you've got a number to go by, you start taking the medicine, your blood pressure drops where it needs to be and you're good, right? Easy fix, sort of, in that way. Alzheimer's or dementia is not that easy to diagnose. There's a big picture of that. Lab test, of course, memory test. The best thing is families. The person that lives with them saying, this is not their normal. This is not what they normally do. But dementia typically, if you're looking at that, it's not about just forgetting things. It's forgetting things that we know,
Everyday things.
everyday things. We just forgot how to do it. Yeah. But good questions.
Yeah, great question.
Good questions. Go for it.
It's hard to follow. Okay, I want to do something a little different. I need a show of hands if you have fallen in the last year. Fallen, if you fell in the last year. Okay, how about in the last 2 years have you fallen? I'm out of the picture. 2 years. Last 2 years have you fallen? Okay. The reason why I say that is because falls are the #1 reason in the elderly for hospitalization. And if you start falling, this is kind of piggybacking off what Mike said. If you start falling, there's enough resources here. Because if you start falling, something bad's going to happen. Something's going on that you need to get figured out. Because if you fall and you break a hip, I know most of us know somebody that's fallen and broken a hip. Life starts going downhill really fast. Okay? So we're here to get ahead of anything that you're having trouble with. That's why we're here. It's like Luis said, we're all here to help you guys in any way that we can. We go to all these different senior centers to help because we want to help you guys because we got the resources. I know I'm an occupational therapist, and I know when I'm seeing patients, like they said, navigating healthcare is very difficult. We know that. That's why we're here to help. With that being said, my name is DJ Madison. I'm the Director of Business Development for Mercy Rehab Hospital. So if you're starting to have a lot of falls or you're starting to get like what they call debilitated, having trouble getting up from your chair, having trouble getting in and out of the shower, that's where we can help. Now what we're a 50-bed inpatient rehab. You'll have a private room. You'll do 3 hours of therapy a day. I know that sounds like a lot. When people hear 3 hours a day, they kind of get scared. We break that up. It's 90 minutes with each discipline, so OT and PT. Or say you're in the hospital. Say you're in the hospital and you're not quite ready to go home. You can reach out to Mercy Rehab Hospital, which we're located off of Chad Colley, right there by Ake, where RCOM is, where the doctor school is. Reach out to us and we can help you in any way that we can. Okay? Pass it on.
And I can say they're great because I spent 7
Aw.
days
There we go. All right, we got one this time.
We got a witness.
There we go. Witness.
I'm Sarah with Home Instead, and we take care of people in their homes and in the facilities. So we can go to pretty much any of the facilities, or we can come to your home, especially if you have had a fall or if you have dementia or Alzheimer's, we can be there for all of it. We do up to 24-hour care, or we can do as little care as you need. So you can call me and we can do cooking, cleaning, laundry, bed changes, help with showers, really just whatever you need. If you need help with just doctor's appointments and need to use this just as needed, that's fine too. If you don't, if you know somebody who doesn't drive anymore, if you don't drive or you don't feel safe getting there, it's fine. A lot of people don't like to drive in Fort Smith anymore because sometimes I don't even like to drive in Fort Smith anymore. That is something you can call me and we can get you to your appointment and back. If you decide you want to go to rehab and need a ride home from there, that's something we can do. If you want to go take a tour of any of their facilities, we can take you to and get you back home. We can go for lunch, whatever you want to do. So we can help you with all of those things. If you need to get a hold of us, our number is 479-434-6960, and we'd be happy to help you.
Is that for Medicare or Medicaid?
We take Medicaid, VA, and long-term care. So, and we do private pay. A lot of people will just use this as needed, and we'll do private pay. So, or we can do a regular schedule where you have the same caregiver all the time, and we can do every day or 2 days a week if you just need somebody to do grocery shopping and take you to town, whatever you need. So, or do your housekeeping one day. So change your sheets because those pesky corners on those beds. So,
The long-term care, you said you have to have that. Is that an insurance?
Yeah, it's something, a lot of people have a long-term care policy that they've paid into for years that will either pay for facility or home care, and we do that also. Any other questions? Y'all ready for door prizes? I think I was the last one.
No, they just told me I was the last
Oh,
one.
okay, go for it, sorry.
Hi, I'm Kathy Vaughn, and I'm with Price's Insurance, and a lot of you know me. I also work at Kavanaugh Senior Center, so there's a lot of you guys out there that know me. I do marketing for Price's Insurance. I go out in the community, and I try to make all the businesses aware of the seniors and of the senior centers, and make them aware of what we're actually doing. And we're always out there delivering food. We're out there looking for donations. And we're just like people to volunteer and say, hey, they would love to come in and help us at the centers. So we're always available. And you guys will always see me out in the community working with the businesses and getting them acquainted. And I'll also do lots of events throughout the year. And I think a lot of you have came to our senior center where we do the events, but we do events throughout the year, healthcare events. We have a lot of these really sweet people that are always coming in, and they're doing blood pressure checks and giving you information about what is going on in the community as far as health. And they have lots of good information, and we have lots of pamphlets that we can hand out. We hand them out at the senior center at Kavanaugh. I have a lot that I carry with me when I go out in the businesses to let them know. Pierce's Insurance, Price's Insurance, they do Medicare and they do Medicaid billing. I'm sorry, I went blank. They threw this on me off very quickly. Thank you very much. But they are always there to help with your Medicare and Medicaid, and they can help you find any supplement insurances that you may also need. And we can also help you with, dental plans, vision plans, hearing. Different plans are out there for you, and if you need the knowledge of it, they are there to help you at all times. So, but like I said, I think most of you know me because I'm out and about, and I am at the other center. Any questions? I'm sorry I wasn't more prepared because I wasn't expecting this.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for any of the resources or anybody that? Yes.
They in talking about the VA and the different take care of.
Yes, the VA at the Blossom.
Oh, yes.
Or VA actually covers some home health care and Medicare does also.
Is there a percentage in that, or the VA here?
The VA decides that.
The VA decides that. And even for physical, I think also for
Yeah. The VA covers the rehab hospital. too.
rehab hospital,
100%.
some home health care. They also help with some, our skilled nursing. They help with that too.
TRICARE, you mentioned one of those too. TRICARE.
Well, TRICARE covers a lot. That's one of the best insurances. And they'll cover probably some of the assisted living or long-term care will help a lot in the assisted living and also in the skilled nursing. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, we're going to start our door prizes. So does somebody want to pick out a number? From 1 to 30?
We got 1 to 27, but some people don't qualify.
Okay, 1 through 27. 13?
Ski.
Ski.
That guy sitting right over there.